comes to math, AI now helps students bypass their struggles. They don't have to understand it, they just have to ask the right question, copy the answer, and turn it in. We all know that's not learning, that's compliance with automation. And if we don't change how we design math assignments and tasks, we're not just inviting cheating, we're endorsing it. This episode is about shifting your math tasks from answer getting to meaning making. It's about creating assignments where students use AI to understand concepts, connect ideas, and build insight before they ever touch a procedure. Let's walk through how to make that happen. Step 1. Begin with conceptual understanding, not steps. Before students solve, ask them, what is this concept about at its core? What does this operation represent? Where have you seen this in the real world or in another subject? You can ask them to use artificial intelligence to visualize concepts with real life examples, compare definitions across different grade levels, translate math into everyday language, explain ratios using pizza slices and friends. When AI is used this way, it becomes a bridge into meaning, and that matters more than the method. Step 2. You can use storytelling to anchor abstract concepts. Before you assign a set of equations, build a scenario. You can say, you're designing a escape ramp. The slope affects the safety. How do you decide the angle? You can also ask, you're tracking the arc of a basketball shot. Where does the peak occur? Or you're working at a water park and you need to calculate water flow through curves. How do sine and cosine apply? Now you've turned math into lived problems. AI can then be used to generate versions of the scenario, simulate different solutions, ask what if questions to push thinking. Step 3 can be to frame prompting as the new show your work. So instead of asking for a final answer, you can ask students, what did you ask the AI and why? What did the AI give you and what did you change? How did this prompt deepen your understanding? And the assignment should have a prompt log, a reasoning reflection, a synthesis question like, how does this connect to what we learned last week? So now you're no longer grading correctness, you're grading cognition. Step 4, use AI to model, not replace student thinking. You can have students generate an AI solution to a problem, analyze it for logic, gaps, or assumptions, rebuild it using their own explanation, and then ask them, what does this step mean and why is it necessary? What's a visual that represents this? If we change the numbers, what would happen? Now AI becomes the sparring partner for thought and not a shortcut to a worksheet. Step 5, you can make real world connections non negotiable. You can ask students, where in your community would this concept show up? What job would use this? How could this be misused or misunderstood in the real world? You can have them use AI to generate realistic context, have them research applications in engineering, finance, medicine, compare use cases across different industries. Now the student sees math not as symbols, but as systems they live inside of. Step 6, require synthesis, not just solution. So you can give sample assignments an upgrade. You can have them use AI to explore 3 different methods for solving a geometry task. You can have them create a flow chart showing what each method prioritizes. You can have them show which method did they think was best and for whom. So now you just moved the task from procedural to analytical and from copying to constructing. Step 7, use layered assignments that build across time. You can start with use AI to define and visualize the concept. Then design a real world problem where this concept matters. Then you can have them use AI to solve it and critique the solution. And finally, you can have them create a new version that pushes your thinking further. So you're training students to explore, apply, and create, and not just repeat. And finally, step 8, build rubrics that reward reflection and not just the right answers. You can update your scoring guides with having 20% of it count towards conceptual explanation, 25% go towards the use of AI to deepen understanding, 25% of the rubric where they're using real world relevance or scenario creation, and 30% as a final solution and justification. So now this rewards the journey and not just the destination. Your students can cheat on an assignment with AI, it wasn't worth assigning in the first place. But if AI becomes part of how they build insight, connect ideas, challenge assumptions, and construct meaning, then you've done more than prevent cheating. You created learning that cannot be cheated. AI can simulate steps, but it cannot simulate the student's curiosity, synthesis, or voice unless we let it. And you, the teacher, still controls that. So design accordingly.